You need feminism because... Take it away, girls.
You need feminism because...
Hundreds of femicide cases have remained unresolved since the 1990s.
Cases. What about the homicides? What about those unsolved cases? Oh, you see, I think what we're supposed to believe here, folks, is that if a man is murdered, especially a white man, the police solve it right away. But these chicks, nobody cares. They just go unsolved. Is that, oh my God.
You'll have a greater understanding of yourself and your place in the world.
You can't even understand how the wage gap myth is calculated. So I'm not sure you're going to have a grasp of the world.
Women have to be murdered in order for people to believe their harassment accusations.
I think you're referring to this unfortunate incident in Utah where the woman reported to the campus police that some guy was harassing her. And I don't know if they didn't take it seriously or what have you, but he eventually murdered her. A very, very sad situation. She probably should have called the real police.
Our bodies should not be legislated by the government.
Why don't you just say it? Abortion. Just say it. Abortion. I want to be able to all the guys I want. If I get knocked up, I just want to have an abortion, and you can't say anything about it.
More often than not, victims are still being blamed.
Maybe some people are starting to say, hey, wait a minute, obviously, if a woman is raped, and attacked, whatever, she's not to be blamed for that. Obviously, it's the rapist who is the at fault. However, questioning how and why the woman, the victim, perhaps drank 2 liters of vodka at the frat party, blackout drunk. Maybe people are starting to say, whoa, hold it a minute. If you didn't do some of those things, maybe this situation wouldn't have happened. You're not blaming the victim. You're saying maybe this could have been prevented.
You need feminism because...
I have a block and tackle between my legs, and I'm white.
The patriarchy hurts everyone.
The patriarchy, oh my God, it's hurting me right now. I'm feeling so oppressed by the patriarchy because it hurts everyone. It's not just females that are hurt by the patriarchy. It's everybody, especially everybody who isn't a white man. You see how that works?
Many women and girls are forced to cover up when certain parts of their body are considered a distraction.
Okay, it's women. Women. To be correct in your sentence, many woman and girl are forced to... I'm sorry. If you're talking about a high school dress code, suck it up, Buttercup. You gotta play by the rules. Sorry. When you're 18, you can go dress like a whore, do it all, all day long. But in freaking high school, you dress as the code says. Number 2, is there anything in common with people who believe women should be covered up? What group of people would that be? And do they have a certain belief system? Just wondering.
The glass ceiling is real, and it's detrimental to society as a whole.
The glass floor is also real, but feminism never talks about that.
Women around the world still need help fighting for their rights.
All right there, stop being so masculine there, buddy, okay? Stop it. These women are scared. You're toxic. Now, if you could point out what rights these are, sir, I would be glad to help fight for them. Which rights do women have? Or, I'm sorry, was that a Freudian slip? That's it. Which rights do men have that women do not have in the Western world? In other parts of the world, yes, there's probably all that stuff. But let's talk about the United States, Canada, the West, because that's where feminism speaks loudest about things that no longer exist.
Women are still being shamed for having sexual independence.
Who is shaming women, sweetheart? Who is that? Is it men saying that? Who shames women about their bodies? Who shames women about what they wear, their makeup, their hairstyle, their glasses, their virginity? Who is that? Is it men or is it women?
You need feminism because...
I'm an evil, toxic white man.
It is a voice for the oppressed and for the mistreated.
Not according to the I can't even say it. Not according to that thing in the book that says what it is.
Some people still don't know what gender is.
I do. I have a dick, and I've got balls. I'm a man.
Because it's usually seen as a white movement that undermines the issues that a black, lesbian woman will face.
Black and lesbian, that's got to be what? 0.01% of the population? Oddly, it seems feminism is mostly white, sweetheart, because the United States is a mostly white country. I know.
We need to close the wage gaps.
Oh, it never fails, does it? It's got to show up at some point. The wage gap. Women's being oppressed because they're not being paid the same as men's. Well, here's what I would recommend to you, sweetheart. Go back to the 4th grade, learn how to do an average, and then look up a univariate analysis. And then get back to me.
Masculinity shouldn't define somebody's worth.
Women seem to be drawn to masculine men. We see an example. Guy's masculine. The quarterback of the football team, he's getting all the cheerleaders. Men think to themselves, I want those cheerleaders too, so I better be masculine. Women decide which men they're going to go out with. And if women go out with masculine men, more men are going to try to be I know. I'm sorry. It's oppression. Yeah.
You need feminism because
women are still dying from unsafe abortions.
Where's that happening? Certainly not in the West. It's legal pretty much even in Ireland now. So there's no such thing anymore as an unsafe abortion in the Western world. I'm sure in some parts of the world, maybe.
Still dying in childbirth.
Yeah, that's a pretty major thing, and it has a risk. It can be risky.
And still being told by men how their bodies should and should not work.
I don't even know what that means.
We still live in a patriarchal society.
Yes, and I'm being oppressed by the patriarchy right now.
Somebody else is going to fight for you.
Dude, you got to lay off the soy sauce, man.
People are tired of trying to compete with unrealistic beauty standards.
Or is it you're really tired of competing with women who are prettier than you to gain access to the top hot men? Is that really what you're talking about? I think maybe it is.
I would gladly take the label of being called a bitch for speaking my mind the same way that a man would be praised for doing so.
You need feminism because
the norm is not normal.
Oh, I beg to differ. Science, you like science, right? Science has something called the normal distribution curve. And I believe from the middle, 3 sigma either side is kind of considered normal. That encompasses what? 65, 75, 85% of things. What isn't normal is over on the wings. Those are the exceptions that prove the middle is the rule. You should look it up.
Femininity isn't lesser.
There might be some people who say that somehow women are inferior to men. Not me, okay? Women and men are equal, but we're different. You understand? We're complementary. We have strengths that each others don't have. Come on.
It's important to educate others about the fight for women's rights.
Okay, I understand the fight for. What I don't understand is what these rights are that you want to fight for. One of these videos, it would be nice if someone would tell me, here are the rights under law we don't have and we want them. Is it the Equal Rights Amendment? I don't know.
People still ask what the victim was wearing.
That way they can identify her on the CCTV footage and place her at the location where she alleges something happened and maybe get a picture of the perpetrator. Do you understand how investigations work?
Your face without makeup should not be a turnoff.
Sure, yeah.
You need feminism because
women are still being killed for bringing dishonor to their families.
Which folks kill their daughters for bringing dishonor to their family? Is there anything in common among people that would do that? Anything?
See, still an insult.
It's short for pusillanimous, which means a coward. Understand now?
Not all bodies are really appreciated.
Is she talking about trans people? You got me.
To get sexism out of politics, we need more women in politics.
Okay, wait a minute. To get sexism out of politics, we need more sexism. Okay.
Being queer means being yourself.
I don't care if you're queer or not. Good luck to you.
Society has told women what they can and can't do for way too long.
What year are you living in, by the way? Current year, 2019? Yeah, all that kind of went away decades ago. Links below. James Maxwell, thank you for listening.